The morning is soft and cool as I walk through my small town in Eastern Europe. The air smells fresh like dew and grass, and the sky is pale blue with a few fluffy clouds. I carry a small bag over my shoulder, holding my notebook and a pen. Today, I'm going to the library, a place I love. The thought makes me smile. The library is quiet, warm, and full of stories. It feels like a safe place, a world where time slows down. My shoes tap gently on the cobblestone street, and the sound is soft like a whisper. The town is waking up, but it is still calm, like it is holding its breath. The library is not far, just a few streets away. The houses around me are old, with walls painted in soft colors, white, yellow, and pink. Some have flowers in pots on their windowsills, bright red and purple against the faded paint. A light breeze moves my hair, and I pull my scarf closer around my neck. It is soft, knitted by my grandmother long ago. The streets are quiet, with only a few people walking slowly. An old man carries a bag of bread, and a woman pushes a bicycle. The morning feels gentle, like a painting that is still being made. When I reach the library, I pause at the door. The building is old, made of gray stone, with tall windows that catch the light. Ivy climbs up one wall, green and wild, like it is guarding the stories inside. I push the heavy wooden door, and it creaks softly. The smell hits me first, the rich, warm scent of old books, like paper and dust mixed with time. It is a smell I love, one that makes me feel at home. I step inside, and the door closes behind me, shutting out the sounds of the world. The library is quiet, and I feel my heart settle. The room is large, with high ceilings and walls covered in bookshelves. The shelves are dark wood, polished and smooth, stretching from the floor to the ceiling. Books fill every space, their covers in all colors. Red, blue, green, and brown. Some are old, with faded gold letters on their spines. Others are new, their pages white and crisp. The light in the library is soft, coming from tall windows and a few lamps with yellow shades. The sunlight falls in long beams, catching tiny specks of dust that float in the air. It looks like magic, like the library is alive with secrets. I walk slowly across the wooden floor. It creaks a little under my feet, but the sound is gentle, like the library is whispering to me. I find a table near a window, my favorite spot. The table is old, with scratches and marks from years of use. I set my bag down and sit on a wooden chair. It is hard but comfortable, like it was made for thinking. The window next to me looks out at a small garden, where a few trees stand, their leaves green with hints of yellow. The glass is cool when I touch it, and I see my reflection, faint but clear. I smile. This is where I belong today. I open my bag and take out my notebook. Its cover is soft leather, worn from years of writing. I run my fingers over it, feeling the smooth surface. The pages are filled with my thoughts, my stories, my dreams. I love to write in the library. The quiet helps me think, and the books around me feel like friends. I look at the shelves, wondering about the stories they hold. There are books about faraway lands, brave heroes, and quiet moments. Each one is a world waiting to be opened. I feel a spark of excitement, like I am part of something big. The smell of books is stronger now. As I settle into my chair, it is a mix of paper, ink, and time, warm and comforting. I breathe it in, and it feels like a hug. The library is not empty. There are a few other people here. An old woman sits at a table nearby, reading a thick book. Her glasses are low on her nose, and her hands turn the pages slowly. A young man stands by a shelf holding a book with a red cover. He reads the back, his face thoughtful. The library is quiet, but it is alive with small sounds. The rustle of pages, the creak of a chair, the soft breath of someone reading. I open my notebook and start to write. The pen feels smooth in my hand and the ink flows easily. I write about the library, the way it feels, the way it smells. The words come slowly at first, but then faster like a river, finding its path. I describe the light, the books, the quiet. I write about how the library makes me feel, like I am part of a bigger story, one that started long before me and will continue long after. The act of writing is calming, like breathing deeply. The library holds my thoughts, keeping them safe. The light changes as the morning moves on. The sun climbs higher, and the beams of light shift across the floor. They touch the bookshelves, making the colors of the books glow. I pause and look around. The library feels like a church, holy in its silence. The books are like prayers, each one holding hopes and dreams. I think about my childhood. When I first came to this library, I was small, holding my mother's hand. She would read to me, her voice soft and warm. We would sit by this same window looking at picture books about animals in faraway places. Those memories are bright like the sunlight on the pages. I stand and walk to a shelf. My fingers brush the books, feeling their texture, smooth, rough, soft. I pull out an old book. It's covered dark green with gold letters. The pages are yellow and the edges are worn. I open it and smell the paper. It is a story about a girl who travels the world, finding adventure. I read a few lines and smile. The words are simple, but they paint a picture in my mind. I put the book back, gently, like it is a treasure. The library is full of treasures, waiting to be found. I return to my table and sit again. The chair creaks and I feel the wood under my hands. I look out the window. The garden is peaceful with a few birds hopping on the grass. Their wings are quick and their colors are bright, brown, black, and a flash of blue. The trees sway in the breeze, their leaves rustling softly. I think about time. The library makes me feel it differently. Here, time is slow, like the turning of a page. I am older now than I was in my childhood memories. But the library is the same. It holds the past and the present together, like a book that never ends. I write again, my pen moving across the page. I describe the garden, the birds, the light. I write about my mother, her voice, her love for books. The memories feel close, like they are sitting with me. The library is a place for memories. It is a place to feel, to think, to dream. I write about a girl who lives in a library surrounded by books. She reads every day, learning about the world. The story grows in my mind and I feel happy. Writing is my way of keeping moments, like catching sunlight in a jar. The library is quieter now. The old woman has left and the young man is gone. I am alone with the books and the light. The silence is deep, but not heavy. It is like a blanket, soft and warm. I hear the sound of a page turning somewhere, faint but clear. It is a small sound, but it feels big, like the heartbeat of the library. I close my eyes and listen. The quiet is full of life, the creak of the floor, the rustle of pages, the soft hum of the world outside. I feel calm, like I am floating on a gentle river. The light is softer now. As the sun moves across the sky, the beams are longer, stretching across the floor like golden paths. I look at my notebook filled with words. They are not perfect, but they are mine. I feel proud. The library has given me this moment, this chance to write, to think, to feel. I touch the table, its wood warm from the sun. I look at the books, their colors bright in the light. I feel grateful for this place, this quiet, dreamy place. The day is passing, but I am not ready to leave. I walk to another shelf, this one filled with poetry. The books are thin, their covers soft and worn. I pick one and open it. The words are like music, simple but deep. They talk about love, nature, and time. I read a poem about a river, its water flowing like thoughts. It makes me think of my own stories, the ones I want to write. I put the book back and return to my table. The library is teaching me, even without words. I write a few more lines, describing the poetry, the way it feels. My pen moves slowly now, but that is okay. The library is patient. It does not rush. I look out the window again. The garden is quieter, the birds gone. The trees are still, their leaves calm. The sky is turning pink, a sign that evening is near. I feel a soft sadness, not heavy, but real. The day is ending, but it has been beautiful. The library has held me like a friend. I close my notebook and put it in my bag. The library is almost empty now. Just me and the books. The light is fading, but the lamps glow warmly. I stand and walk to the door, my steps slow. I turn back and look at the room. The shelves, the tables, the light. It is a picture I will carry in my heart. The library is a gift, a place of quiet and dreams. I push the door open and step outside. The air is cool and the sky is purple. I smile. I will come back tomorrow, ready to write, to feel, to be.